Bro, we spend hella years chasing one goal. Well, unless you have hella goals. Graduate, land the job, bag a baddie, buy a house if you can afford it, whatever your dream is. But nobody really tells you what happens after you finally get it because a lot of people reach the finish line and then once they get there, they're kind of just looking around and wondering, okay, now what? Bro, I swear we all dream about something big and we tell ourselves, bro, once I finally get there, man, you know it's gonna be different. Everything's just gonna be fulfilled. Like there's some prophecy, you know? And along the way, people are gonna doubt you, pull you down, because life's gonna throw you random curveballs, bro. And you'll even get these random side quests that you never even asked for. But because we're so locked in on the destination, we tend to convince ourselves that that's where the happiness starts. Then one day, you do actually make it. And here's the part nobody really talks about is a lot of people reach their goal and then they lose their hunger, bro. So, in video game terms, right? You're grinding out the main storyline because every mission leads somewhere, bro. Every objective, boss fight, challenge, they all have a purpose. And then one day, the credits roll, and then you see you have 100% completion of the main storyline. And like, yeah, it's not completely 100%, but you get my point. Like, you still got all these things to really get 100% completion of the game. Whereas, like, you could do all these side quests and all these collectibles and whatnot, but you know damn well that the game doesn't even really hit the same because you fulfilled the main story, you know? Because the purpose was never just beating the game, it was having something worth waking up and playing for. You don't play the game for the side quest, you play it for the main storyline, you know? And a lot of the times you see these kind of outcomes with athletes, bro. They finally make it to the league, right? They get drafted, whether that's the NBA, the NFL, the MLB. And then once they sign their max contract, their very first one, they start playing a little lazy. They're not as aggressive. And then fans are like, bro, what happened to this guy, man? And sometimes it's because the thing they spent their whole life chasing is no longer something they're chasing anymore. Now, they have to find another reason to wake up every morning. For me, it was becoming an RN, bro. I worked my ass off from the ground up, and I'm super duper grateful for all the people who have and continue to support me to this day. I started in, finishing my LVN school, went to community college so that I can go to nursing school for my registered nursing. The countless hours of clinicals and I passed my exit exam and passed the registered nursing board exam. I got my job. And for years, I kept telling myself, bro, once I become a working registered nurse, bro, I'm gonna feel like I finally made it. And I did, right? Because the first week of my job, I looked around, I'm like, bro, ain't no way, man. This can't be real. I actually did it because there was a lot of imposter syndrome that was kicking in. That was cranked to 100, bro. And everything I spent years stressing about became my normal Tuesday. That dream life eventually became just my life. Remember, the thing you're praying for today could literally become your Tuesday a year from now. So let that sink in. And another thing I want to let you all know is that you could be living someone else's dream, bro. Think about that too. So when you finally reach your goals, remember to celebrate them, bro. Take all the dubs you can get. Seriously, enjoy your damn destination. Too many people cross the finish line and then they immediately start wondering about the next race. So y'all just need to relax, soak it all in because you earned it. but don't stay soaking it in forever because you eventually gotta move. Because comfort has a funny way of stealing your hunger. And that's why I don't think life is about reaching one destination. I think life is always about giving yourself another mountain to climb. Not because what you have isn't enough per se, but because growth gives life purpose. Now, I'm a planner. I always have been, and I'm always going to be a planner. To me, it's always been about what's phase one, two, what's phase three. Once one chapter ends, another one begins. Now, here's where life humbles all of us. Sometimes we make plans and God laughs at you, bro. Not because He wants us to fail, but because life was never meant to follow a whole ass perfect blueprint that we made, that roadmap that we thought would be our future. Because plans do fall apart, bro. People leave your life, doors close, things that you never saw coming could happen. And sometimes doors you had never even noticed, they suddenly open. The question is, the question isn't, did life go according to plan? Because honestly, it probably won't. The real question is, how are you going to respond? So remember to chase your goals, bro, and to dream big. Work your ass off, enjoy the process, and celebrate each win that you finally get. And then when you're ready, you eventually got to find another mountain to climb. Because the happiest people I've ever met aren't the ones who reach the top. Because J. Cole said, it's lonely at the top, bro. So the happiest people were the ones who never stopped climbing. So keep climbing, bro. Now, what's your phase two? I genuinely would love to hear what you guys have in store. So, as always, stay grounded, keep swinging, and don't get caught in the web. I'll catch you guys in the next one.